What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. It's Thursday. It is capture rate day with the double bonus, which is amazing. And we have our runes on as well, so we got 140%. And then whatever the percent we get from the raid legendary, which is 100%. So we got 240%, which is you know, a thing, I guess. It's better than nothing. We'll see how we go. We still need the 1 Duobomz and the 1 Griffin. So that's what we're working towards still. 240. Okay, there's the music. 240% capture rate isn't too bad. Yeah, it's better than nothing, right? We're not using a bug or anything like that as we're free to play. So this is the best we've got available to us. The item find, sorry, the capture rate terms are not worth it at all. They're kind of shitty. So we'll just run with this. But having the bonus doubled for the day is pretty good. So hopefully we get one to come up for persuasion. And if it comes up for persuasion, hopefully we can capture it as well. And that would be good. Then all we need is 1 Griffin, and then we never need to do this or raid 2 ever again. Unless we go for DPS fams, which we talked about last time. So we don't really need to talk about that. But yeah, getting a Duobomz and a Griffin is definitely the way to go for the moment. And we shall see what happens if we get it this episode. Wouldn't it be good if we got a Griffin and a Duobomz in this one episode? That would be freaking fantastic. Holy shit. I'd be pretty happy. Now an update on my space, my study, my room, whatever. I did mention in the last episode that there's an echo. A lot of you said that it's fine and it doesn't really sound too bad. Others say that there is a slight echo there, but it's not too bad. And you know, the people have given me remedies by, you know, putting a rug down and you know, filling the space and all that good stuff. I am still unpacking, so there's more things to be put around. But the layout of the room is a bit weird. So right in front of me, so like that way, is 3 windows. That way is like a wall that's like jutted out. So it's like a wall and then it goes like this. And then the door is in that jutted out bit and then it goes like that again. If that makes sense. The back wall is just a little bit of wall on either side with a wardrobe / closet, which you can see in the background. And then that wall is the only like proper wall in the place. And I got my bookshelf up there. And that's about it at the moment. So there's not that many walls where I can like put stuff on to absorb sound. I'm thinking about maybe like putting some blankets up on the wall or something. So if I push this bookshelf that's next to me like into the back corner or the front corner or something, and then maybe put some blankets or something. I could put a towel maybe over the door. I just need to you know, soften the audio a bit. There are those like acoustic foam things, that like little triangle foam panels that you can put on the wall, but we're renting, and so you know, don't want to be putting stuff on the wall and all that good stuff. So we're kind of stuck with that. I did put a giant blanket down on the ground as a rug, effectively. That, I don't know, hasn't seemed to do much, but we'll see. The other plan I was thinking on doing, even before I knew there was an echo problem, is doing like a green screen thing for my background, for my webcam. So at the moment you can see, you know, the what's it called, bookshelfy thing on the right with some like the chicken in it and all that sort of stuff. And then behind me and stuff is just the wall with the closet wardrobe doors, which is, you know, not amazingly thrilling to look at, I guess. But if I did a green screen and it was just my face, like my body and my face, that would be better. But it's all a matter of whether I can do it or not. So I would have to put it, because this room's so small, like basically my chair is within like line, like the door is 90 degrees to my chair. So I would have to put the green screen thing behind the, like back behind the door, going back to the end of the room, like just in front of the closets. This is really hard to explain. And I would have to like maybe put a rail on the roof and hang it from that. I don't know. I could do that. That might help. Or I could do that and put this giant blanket up, which would just give me like a, the blanket's like black and gray and white. So that could just be like a good background as well. Things I have to play with, but things I can't do right now. So for the interim, we're just going to have to deal with the audio as it is. And like I said, a lot of you said that there is an echo, but it's negligible and it's not too bad. Others said that that doesn't bother them at all. But I am a bit of a perfectionist. and I like to get things right and put out the highest quality stuff I can. So I'm not going to rest, and well, I'm not going to be happy with the stuff I'm putting out until that echo is gone. So, you know, in that sense, look forward to it being gone. But yeah, I think it's just because partly as well is the room is just so like bare, like it's all the wall, well, that big wall and these little jut things don't have anything in them yet. So if I can fill that in, it'll probably make a difference. Either way, that is the room and the echo touched on, talked about, discussed. So I'll try and get that better in the coming weeks, hopefully. Now, I did talk about live streaming because I do have good enough internet to do so. I just need to figure out Twitch and all of that stuff. However, this Sunday, as far as I'm aware, we have no, like, I have no social commitments or anything, which is amazing because I'm so freaking tired. So we're busy Saturday, but Sunday I should have some free time. So if I can figure out streaming by then, or maybe even just do a YouTube stream, because that seems pretty straightforward. Maybe we could do like a stream of, you know, all of the expedition badges that I've got and some raid chart baskets and stuff with a super scroll. That could be pretty cool. Otherwise, I'll probably just make a Sunday item find video, or I may not do either. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, you've got a Tuesday item find video now. Just gone, sorry. And then you got this Thursday capture rate one. That might be enough for 1 week. And then next week do Thursday and Sunday. But if I can get around to doing something on Sunday and I can figure it all out by then, you know, it's a good opportunity to do it and try it out. So if you're around on Sunday, which is probably Saturday for most of you, because in Australia we live in the future. We're like, you know, 14 hours in the future compared to the US or something. Yeah, if you're around, then come and join in, and we'll get the stream hopefully underway, and you can give me feedback on stuff, because I've literally never streamed ever. I don't really know anything about it, like how to do it. So I'll just have to play with some settings, and you know, I'll need some feedback and whatnot. So if you're free, I will be posting when I'm doing it in the Discord channel and in my Discord server. So again, that's a good, really good place to be if you're wanting to stay updated with my content and stuff and giveaways and all those things. The Discord is the place to be. So I will probably say, I definitely will say, in the Discord channel when I'm going live, if I go live, that is on Sunday, and that's the best place to know when I'm going live in general in the future. I'll just put a post in there. For Twitch, when I finally figure that out, that will be good. Because I can just say, hey, about to go live on Twitch. On YouTube, I'm not sure if I start a stream, if you've got notifications on and stuff, whether it alerts you that I've just started streaming. It probably does, but I'm not sure if it does or not. But if you don't have the notification bell on and stuff like that, as you know, with YouTube being dumb and annoying and all that good stuff, that if you don't have the notification bell on, a lot of the time you don't get notifications when videos go up. So that's the best way of getting those notifications, is by clicking and ringing that notification bell, which I don't know how that makes sense, because if you're subscribed, you want to know, you're subscribed to watch people's content and you want to know when it goes active. So why they've added in another thing for other people to click on, like, everybody that cares about the people they're watching, subscribe and click that notification bell. So why don't they just absorb that notification bell into the subscribe button, and then that way, you know, everybody is notified at all times. I guess it's so if you want to have people subscribed and get their videos and stuff, but you don't want to be alerted to every time they upload a video. I guess that's why. But you know, when you don't know if someone's uploaded or something until you check YouTube, and it might, you know, you might check it and it might be a video that's two days old or something. That's pretty frustrating, I would imagine. I don't watch anywhere near as much YouTube as I used to, like a couple of years ago, because I've started making videos, and basically anytime I have downtime or free time, I like to make videos. But yeah, I don't know how that notification works. Obviously you click it to get notified when people put a video up. I don't know whether you get an email or just like a push notification on your phone or something. I don't know. But whether that happens when I start a YouTube stream, I don't know. So yeah, join the Discord, and that's the best way of knowing when all of that goes live and all that happens. And we'll just ignore that friend request. There we go. And as far as streaming goes in general, it won't be just Bit Heroes. I plan to stream a lot of stuff. So I've got Dragon Quest 11 on the PS4. I've also got Ni no Kuni 2 on the PS4. There's some other stuff I want to stream. I want to stream Subnautica. I want to do a full playthrough of Subnautica. I do have a full playthrough on the channel, but it was the beta. And if anyone played Subnautica during the beta, you would know that it was not optimized at all. It was really clunky. It was really laggy. The FPS would drop to like single digits and stuff. It was horrible. The game is utterly fantastic, but the optimization of it on beta, during beta, was horseshit. It was so bad. So I'd really like to do another playthrough of Subnautica, because I love it. It's my favorite kind of survival game. It's really, really cool. So probably stream that as well. And there's some other things that I feel like streaming. Maybe some like old school stuff, like a Super Nintendo games and stuff like that. There's quite a few of them which interest me and I've played a lot of back in the day. So it would be cool to kind of like revisit that. So a lot of stuff. So it's not just Bit Heroes. So if you like my Let's Play content, or just, I don't know, like my rants and stories and stuff during Bit Hero videos, and personality and all that good stuff, then those streams should be pretty fun. And I'm super excited because I've never done it before, and I love interacting with you guys. I try to make as big an effort as I possibly can to reply to everyone's comments on YouTube. So every time you comment, I try to comment back. But I don't always get, speaking of YouTube notifications, I don't always get notified when people comment. Like if I get 3 or 4 comments within a few minutes, it generally only shows one of them. It doesn't show them all. So basically, if I get a YouTube comment on a video, so say I put a Bit Heroes video tomorrow, this goes live tomorrow, right? It goes live at 12 PM my time, midday my time. So by 1 PM, there's usually like 8 to 10 comments or something. I don't see all of them. It only comes up showing that I've got like 2. And then when I load the video up to reply to the comments, I see all the other comments. So in general, if I don't reply to you or I don't answer your question or anything like that, I'm definitely not ignoring you at all. It's just sometimes I don't get the notifications. And if I don't get the notifications, I don't know you've messaged, especially on older videos. If someone's commenting on an older video or something and I don't reply, that's why. Not because I don't want to, it's just because I literally don't know that you've commented. So I think going forward, if the channel gets bigger and stuff, and these people that have multiple hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers and stuff, there's no way that those guys respond to their comments anyway, because they would just have too many, and they're kind of like too good for it, like they don't want to reply because everyone just comments on the video, and you never see any big timers reply really, because it would be too time consuming, and again, you wouldn't know all the comments that are coming through and stuff. But while I'm small scale, like 3K subscribers and stuff, I try to reply to as many things as I possibly can, because why wouldn't I? The other thing is the community posts, which I've got access to in the last couple of months, are really good because I can just post an update or a quick video or picture or something to do with the channel or anything like that. And it's a way of doing it without making a video. So when I hit 3,000 subs, I put a screenshot up of the 3,000 subs and said, thank you, we've hit 3,000, and the screenshot of it. The problem with that is you don't get notifications for that at all. So if someone replies or comments to one of those community posts, nothing. I have no idea. So I just try to remember to check it every couple of days. So yeah, I'm definitely not ignoring you. Basically, if you somehow comment or write or anything on my videos or channel in general, if I see it, I'll reply to it. But again, Discord is the way to go, because you can get real-time feedback if you join the Discord and ask me a question. So and there's plenty of other people in there that can answer Bit Heroes questions and friends requests and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you're new, or even if you're old and you haven't joined it yet, link in the description, and it's a good place to be. And it's run a tight ship between me and the offices that I've made. Nothing really, there's no offensive things or anything anymore. There was a bit at the start because it was new, but we've all kind of made rules and figured it out. But yeah, it's definitely a good place to be for social interaction as well as Bit Heroes help. All right, well, we're at what, 15 minutes, and we're 5 raids down and not one anything, not one persuasion, not one like possibility for persuasion, just absolutely nothing. So we've got the stats, like the bonuses in our favor. We've got 100 from the daily bonus doubled, and then we've got 100 from the heroic difficulty, and then we got 40 from our runes as well. So, you know, we got a fair amount of capture rate compared to, like, you know, a normal, like a Wednesday or something where we'd only have 40%. And, you know, from time to time, these, like, any familiar comes up with persuasion. It doesn't really matter what they are. Even if you're running, even if you're not running capture rate runes, like eventually they come up. But the fact that we're running quite high capture rate and we haven't had anything, it's a bit strange. I'm sure if we went to a dungeon and like we turned off the common and rare duplicate thing, we would probably get a shitload. But we don't need a shitload. All we need is the epics from raid 4, raid 2, and then we need Yeti, Blubber, and Nos Dudu. So we need, breaking it down all together, we need 1 Duobomz, 1 Driffin, I think it's 4 Yetis, 4 Nos Dudus, 4 Blubbers. All of that together will get us +5 walk and +5 bobbidom, and then we'll be super strong. So there's a bit to go, but as we've discussed in the more recent videos at least, that dungeon epics, like dungeon bosses and stuff, come up for persuasion, have a higher percentage of capture rate come up for persuasion than raid ones. There's still the same percentage chance, capture rate chance or whatever for actually winning and capturing them, but they pop up more often. So once we get the raid ones done, Walkham is done in general, which is great. And then, oh no, we need 3 Ragnars as well. Okay, so we've got a bit to go. But yeah, the capture rate for dungeon bosses, for dungeon dungeon epics, is a lot more forgiving than raid ones. So the raid epics are hard to get, and also they're even harder to get because if they pop up, it's often not the one you want. So right here, there was 2 blue dogs, there was 2 red robot dudes. We need the Duobomz, so we need the other fam that wasn't those 2. So, you know, there's a good chance of the persuasion thing coming up for one of those 2 that we don't actually need. Whereas in dungeons, so say you're doing Blubber's dungeon, like every single dungeon, Blubber has a chance of coming up with persuasion, and you know that he's the only epic in there, and so you know if the epic comes up for persuasion, it's the one you want. Whereas in a raid, obviously Duobomz is going to be in every raid as well, and more of them. But there's also other epics in here as well that we don't really need. Effectively it's the same as doing a dungeon and having the rare and commons that you don't need. Either way, raid or dungeon, no matter what, you have the chance of that familiar you need definitely 100% showing up. So the only time that's not the case is if you're going for the elusive ones, so like Oxler or Mimsy or the other one's called Bully. All those guys, they're not definite 100% chance of coming up in a raid. Or Gobby in dungeons, like it's 1 in 10 or, you know, hypothetically or something. It's fairly rare chance for those elusive fams to show up, and then if they do, it's an extremely low chance for them coming up for persuasion. So they're really hard to get, like super hard to get. But any raid epic has, you know, there's definitely multiple of them in a raid. So in that sense, they're, you know, you got a fair chance of maybe one of them coming up just because they're in the raid and they're 100% in the raid. You know they're going to be there. But the dungeon bosses are the same. You know the dungeon boss is 100% going to be there, and it has a higher chance of coming up for persuasion. So it's more likely that you're going to catch one of them than it is a raid epic, I guess. Hopefully that made sense. But it's solid maths, and I'm not good at maths, but that's solid maths. I ate a cookie just before coming up to record, and it was a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. Freaking good. But there's like a bit of cookie or dust or something in the back of my throat, and it's tickling, which is not great. All right, well, what do we have? 20 minutes, still nothing. We've still got a few raids to go, so there's still, you know, hope, I guess. This won't be a particularly long episode. I am still exhausted, and I took some medicine before that has a drowsy effect, so I'm feeling a bit tired. But we'll knock this out. And as I said, hopefully Sunday we can get even just a YouTube stream going. That would be pretty good. I think it's going to take me a while to figure out Twitch, because there's all the overlays and there's the donation thing and the subscribe thing and hosting and all that stuff. Oh, hooray! Legendary we don't need. Yeah, so it's going to take a while for it to figure all that out. But I do have some friends on my Discord server that know how to stream, or have friends that are streaming and stuff, and I can get the info I need there. And there's also YouTube and Google and all that stuff. So when I started out doing YouTube, I didn't know anyone that did it, and I had to pretty much figure everything out on my own. So a lot of Googling, a lot of YouTubing, a lot of tweaking settings, and yeah, a lot of time commitment to do it. But now that I'm up and running, I've figured out YouTube and how to record and encode and what settings and all that good stuff, which does take a long while if you're just figuring it out for yourself. But with Twitch, at least I've got some people that have been doing it, or have friends that do it. So I can just, get their opinions and their information, and hopefully be up and running pretty soon. But we shall see. So I did test a YouTube stream maybe a month ago or something. It was I think it was like 6 seconds or 11 seconds, because you had to activate it. So if you have a YouTube channel and you haven't streamed yet, or if you don't and you're going to start one, or just interested in general, you need to do you need to follow the steps to be able to stream. What you're entitled to, because you have to have a certain amount of subs or something to get certain perks. So like monetization you can't do until you have 500 subs, I think, and then live streaming you can't do. Anyway, you unlock them as you go. But you had to activate it, and it said it would take up to or maybe longer than 24 hours to do so. So I wanted to get it done and activated, so when I moved house, aka now, I could just start streaming. Like if I decided I want to stream tomorrow, I could just jump on and start doing it. So I wanted to activate it early, before we moved, so that I had the possibility of just starting up and doing it, rather than get here going, I want to stream, oh wait, I have to wait like a day or two. So that was the idea of it. But to set it up and do it, you had to actually start streaming for it to activate effectively. So I just did a black screen with no, I didn't even know I was streaming either. I just did a black stream with no gameplay or voice cam or any webcam or anything like that. And all it was mouse clicking. So technically I've streamed for 13 seconds of absolutely nothing. But yeah, I wish you could test it without it being effectively ghost testing it. So testing it without anyone knowing that it's live, because then you could just figure it all out in yourself and then go live, and then everyone can join. Anyway, it's all to be figured out, but it's pretty exciting. I know a lot of you have asked me when I'm streaming and why don't I stream and all that stuff, and it was all internet based, and now that has been fixed, I'm super excited to do it. And everyone is also like, are you streaming now? Can you stream? So yeah, pretty good. I just need to get some more energy, that's all. But moving house is a dick, man. It's a lot, and it's very, very time consuming, and it's very, very energy consuming, and yeah, it just sucks. But this last month has been mental. I've talked about this in the Discord server, but I had a baby shower, a friend's 30th, renovations on the new house, packing, moving to the new house, unpacking, 2 Bucks/stag days, one of which I was best man, had to organize, and then that wedding where I was best man, and I had my first car accident, and so I had to figure out all the insurance and stuff for that as well. So all of that was the last 3 weeks. It's a lot of shit on, man. It's a lot. So yeah, I'm just kind of capped at the moment, and I just need a bit of a rest. What's good though is that because I didn't know the internet was going to be down or on or whatever, I batch recorded, mass recorded some God of War stuff. So I could probably take another 2 or 3 days off before I need to start recording again, which is good. So I can recharge the batteries and all that stuff. Anyway, getting back to actually Beat Heroes, after talking quite in depth and in length about streaming and the process of doing it, still no luck whatsoever. How many gems do we have? We have 400. Okay, so we don't really want to buy anything. I did actually A few episodes ago, I mentioned that I did buy a 5k, or it was 4.8k accessory box with the 23% chance of getting a legendary. I did not. I got a rare, sorry, an epic, which sucked. At least it was good for cosmetics, but yeah, it sucked. And then since then, I had a little bit left over. I think I had like 600 gems left over or something. I don't know, 400 gems left over, something like that. Not many. Since then, I've bought 3 like just large boxes, like the 800 gem boxes, and the best I've got is that guaranteed rare. So I mentioned and I talked about the difference between buying those 800 gem boxes and saving up for the 5k ones. Saving up for the congrats. Saving up for the 5k boxes is a much better way of getting a legendary, and then buying the 800 gem boxes is just ways of getting just accessories in general that you can break down to then upgrade that legendary. So that's the way to do it. But I've spent 25k, so I've done that 5 times trying to get that legendary and didn't get it. And so I kind of just am defeated a little bit and gave up. And so now I'm just going to open 800 gem boxes. And in a way, that's not too bad because, well, it's pretty bad. It's like a 3% chance of getting a legendary, so it's very, very low. But I'm going to be getting a lot of accessories as well. So when I finally do get that legendary, I can just break all the accessories that I've broken down. I'll have all the parts and then can probably upgrade the legendary accessory a little bit. Maybe 1 or 2 blips or little 2 levels or something. So it's not all bad news. It's just getting that legendary is hard work. So how I got those gems was Overworld. So everyone's favorite thing. And everyone comments that, you know, Overworld doesn't work for them and they've done multiple offers and they haven't got paid and all that stuff. I'm exactly the same, but there's also times where it does work. And when it does work, you get free gems. And there was this week, I believe it was, there was like a 2 times Overworld bonus. So if you started an Overworld on that day, off the Overworld. Overworld is losing all meaning because I've said it so many times. If you started an offer on that double rewards day, I think it's if you start it on that day, you can then complete it whenever you want, and you still get paid the double amount. So it's any offers that you start on the day where the double thing, you will get double rewards. So I did a few where they were like 150 gems or something, and so doubled it was like 300. 3 of them I did was signing up for some VPN thing. So you got like a week's free trial, and then after the week you paid like $10 a week subscription or something, which obviously I didn't want. So you just start the free trial, then you go into your app store or you know, whatever it is that you're using, iOS or Android. You go into your app application, I guess, and then you go to your subscription parts, and then you just cancel the sub. And then that way you get your 10-day free trial thing that who cares, because you're only doing it for the gems. And then you cancel the subscription, but you log into Bit Heroes first to make sure you get paid. You get paid, just cancel the subscription, and then you're done. So I did 3 of them, and they were about 350 gems each, so about 150 to 175 gems normally. And I was saving them in my Overworld for that exact purpose. So I knew. And in the past, they have done double bonus Overworld offers things. So I knew that was a thing that happened. And I'm like, okay, well, these are really easy because you don't have to play anything for like, you know, a week or a couple of days or anything to get, you know, the gems out of it. So I mentioned in a previous video that I'm doing an Overworld at the moment for some running game. It's like something of township. It's horrible. I'm still doing it. I'm at level 22. I need 1 more level, I think, to get paid. But it was only like 450 gems or something. And if I knew how long it would take, I would never have started it. So I've got that coming in as well. But if that was the double thing, it would be worth 900. So yeah, Overworld is still a good choice. It's just sometimes it doesn't work. And that's when it really gets to you, because you're like, oh man, I just spent like a week doing this thing and didn't get paid. But because I've been playing for 2+ years, I've kind of got the feeling for which ones are worth it and which ones aren't. So if there's ever any of them that say like reach Town Hall 11 or reach like Citadel level 11 or reach Castle level 10, anything like that, don't do them because they take forever. But if there's one that's just like complete the tutorial or complete the first stage or something, those ones are worth doing. Those ones are generally less gems. They might be like anywhere from 30 to 200, but still 30 to 200 you didn't have. And if especially the complete the tutorials ones, they're pissed, man. They take like 20 minutes maybe. So they're the ones I would go for. The ones where it's like reach X amount of power or reach X amount of level of town hall or whatever it is, don't do it. And those town hall ones, they're all basically the same game. So I think like Final Fantasy 15, I think, is it Lord of Heroes? I don't know. There's multiple of them, and they're all basically the exact same game, just with a different skin. So the way they work is you have a town hall, and then you build like a farm and a barracks and an iron quarry and a lumber mill and all this sort of stuff, and you do it all, and then you have to upgrade all the buildings to a certain point, and then when you've upgraded all those buildings, you have to then upgrade the town hall to level 2. Then you have to, you know, make more buildings and upgrade all of them to the specific amount, and then you can go to town hall level 3, and you just keep going and doing that over and over and over again, and have to battle people and make an army and all this sort of stuff. And it's a game that you're never going to play again, most likely, and it just takes way too freaking long, and it's not worth it, and it's super freaking boring as well. So I wouldn't do them. I can't even check what the offer wall is at the moment and show you, because this is on Steam. But I'm pretty sure you can do offers on the browser. So if you go to Congregate browser, like the website, and play through that, maybe you can do offer walls there. I'm not too sure, but on mobile you can. So yeah, I still think that they're worth doing. It's just, you know, flip of the coin, 50-50 chance of actually getting the reward for them. Which is why, another reason why I don't do the big ones that are worth like 2,000 or 3,000 gems, because A, they take forever, and B, because they take forever, if they don't work, it's a real kick in the nuts. Right? You're just like, oh man, I just spent a week of this and I didn't get paid. That's really shit. Whereas if you spend 20 minutes and I didn't get paid, you're like, oh well, that sucked. Whatever, and you move on. Anyway, that's offer wall done. And I think we're at 32 minutes, so I think we'll end it up after this this Blubber here. Hopefully we can get him. I've actually been doing Blubber dungeon for probably the last 2 months. On not 2 months, sorry, 2 weeks. On a Tuesday, which is it's Monday that has the 30% on capture rate, and then on Thursday, which has the 50% capture rate. I've been doing Blubber for the past 2 weeks and spending all of my energy on it and stuff, and he's come up for persuasion once. So I've got really, really bad RNG with him popping up. I don't know why, because as I mentioned before, and many times before, the raid epics are much harder to get than the dungeon epics, and the dungeon epics come up fairly frequently, but then it's just a matter of them accepting your persuasion. But he's just not coming up at all. And the reason I'm going for him first is, I mean, it's not really too big of a deal, is familiars. If we go to Fusion, we can see that Bobodom, wherever he is, needs a Blagnar, a Yobo, and a Nos Domdom, of which all of these I don't have. I do have one Ragnar, but that's why I need the Blubber. Wherever he is. Come on. There he is. So I have one of these. If I make the Blubber, if I get the Blubber now, I can fuse this together, and then that's him basically done. So it's more, I mean, I can get the Yeti or the Nosdudu and make their epic as well, and it'd be the exact same thing effectively. But if I can get him done, I know that the raid portion of the Bobodom is done. And then I can just worry about getting all the other 2 dungeon mobs and stuff. Then we just need to go through and get all the other schematics for him, the other fams for him. Sorry. So we'll have him once we have that Blubber, and we get a Yeti and a Nosdudu. He's going to be +2. Then we just need 3 of all the rest of them as well. So effectively we need 3 Ragnars and 4 Blubbers, 4 Yetis, and 4 Nosdudus, which is still a bit, but you know, it's it's definitely easier to fuse with just one raid epic than elsewhere. And this guy, we need 1 Duobomz and 1 Driffin to make these 2, and then he's +5. So we're close. We're definitely close. However, nothing came up as persuasion in this video, which is kind of shitty. But I'm gonna go lay down on the couch and just keep doing my energy and stuff, and hopefully get something. But for now, that is it. Let me know if the echo is a little bit better since I put the blanket down on the ground. I don't think it's much better, but and as I said, you guys told me it wasn't that big of a deal, but I'm a bit perfectionist-y stuff. So if it sounds better, let me know. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.
If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.